Hey y'all, my name is Megan Green, aka Mercurial Megan, and I'm an astrologer and tarot reader based out of Gainesville, Florida. Every once in a while, I like to do some of these rapid fire tarot readings on current events just to kind of touch in and see if we can get a little info on some of the juicy stories that we as a collective are watching go down. It's been a while since I've done one of these, but there's been lots of updates on the things that I spoke about since then. The president was elected, and it was Donald. In my last reading, I said that Kamala did have the stronger set of cards in that session, but I also mentioned that she seemed a little overwhelmed or disaffected with the role, and so she ended up not getting the role. And honestly, her reaction to not winning was very kind of like, eh. And she's just moved on with her life, and it's not been a huge emotional reaction or this major disappointment on her end. So I kind of feel like I hit the nail on that energy, even though I might not have placed it correctly. Some of the things we still will not necessarily know if they unfold, because a lot of them had to do with legal matters and or financial backing, though I did say that some of those legal matters were going to really be affected by if he won or not. So we may not even see that energy fully manifest if he was able to kind of handle some of these issues now with his new sense of power. But what I did get kind of correct, and it does lead into one of the readings that I want to touch base on today, is that the cards in the middle between them were about the American people and the needs of the American people, and the American people really not caring about things that are going on outside of the country, but really concerned about issues within the country. And we just had an assassination on the CEO of United Healthcare by allegedly Luigi Mangione. And it really is this statement on the condition of healthcare in America and why aren't people taking this more seriously? So again, I feel like that was an energy that I kind of tapped into, even though I didn't nail it exactly. So I definitely want to pull on Luigi and just, what's going on with him. I also want to see if I can get any bits of info on politics in America and what we might be able to expect within the next couple of months as steps into his term. I also want to touch base on Jay-Z, Beyonce, P. Diddy. There's a couple of things going down there. Jay-Z has been added to P. Diddy's case. So far, Jay-Z and Beyonce are presenting as a united front, which I think I kind of tapped into in my reading by saying that they were going to be kind of like a Bonnie and Clyde energy going on there. She has not come out and said anything specifically, but they have shown up together in recent events. And so Beyonce is doing what Beyonce does, and she's putting on the act. So I would love to get in deeper in there, see if we can get anything extra on P. Diddy. And then to wrap things up, I'd like to touch base on Drake and Kendrick. There has been development since then. Drake has decided to sue Kendrick. Kendrick has been offered the Super Bowl. He has also released an album that was incredibly well received and loved by the people, which is also something that I kind of tapped into in terms of Kendrick just has the favor right now. I think one of the cards that I pulled for him was the Sun card. He just has the favor, whether it's deserved or not. I personally think it might be deserved. So let's get into those. And I think I'd like to start with Luigi, just because that's the most recent, hot topic in America right now. So what do I specifically want to know about him? Let's just see what we get in terms of... I'm really curious, there's lots of people that's been dissecting the situation, so I don't really want to come at it in the way that a lot of others have. I want to know if he intended to be caught. Did he sit in that McDonald's on purpose with those items? Or was this some sort of planting or conspiracy? Was it just an accident? Was he just being sloppy? What was Luigi's intention with going to McDonald's? Did he want to get caught, or was he just being sloppy? I always like to pull in a series of 3. Whoops, one flew out. I'll pick that up later. And let's just see what we get. Death, 4 of Swords, Two of Pentacles. My initial reaction with the Death card is like, I think he knew eventually he would be caught. I think he knew that that was inevitably, you know, something that was going to occur. The Four of Swords is a card of rest, retreat, and rejuvenation. So I really just think he probably was going to that McDonald's to chill and to kind of take a pause and to take a break. The Two of Pentacles suggests that he might have even debated whether or not he should go there. And then ultimately just made the decision to do so. He may have also been... He may have been debating about what his next moves were going to be and where he should go from there. But I think ultimately he knew that that was going to be something that was going to happen one way or the other. The card that came out was the Knight of Cups. That's what flew out onto the floor as I was shuffling. This is kind of like an emotional offering. So to me, I think that he might have gotten really comfortable with the accolades or the attention or the comfort from the public and probably did not believe that people were really going to be looking for him like that. So to some extent, I do think that he knew he was going to be caught, but I don't think he intentionally went to that McDonald's to get caught. And I think he was just resting and had probably debated whether or not he should do these things. And one of those, split decisions kind of ended up not working out in his favor. The Knight of Cups really does suggest that he thought he, had a certain favor or comfort with the public, that they wouldn't rat on him, and he was wrong. So I would also like to pull and see, I'm curious if this really is going to sort of spark a revolution, a big change, a movement, or if this is something that is just going to be pop culture fodder and we'll forget about it shortly thereafter, or if there are going to be larger movements or implications that come from his vigilante action. Okay, clarify. I'm just getting lots of cards falling out. Let's clarify. Was this will this spark a larger movement? Or is this just a distraction? Is this pop culture fodder? What is going on? Where will this lead? Tower, Lovers, Knight of Cups again. The Tower card does suggest things are going to be destroyed. Now, obviously, I don't think this is something that's going to happen right away, but I do feel like this is something that is sparking a larger movement. If you know anything about astrology, you know that we have just had Pluto enter the sign of Aquarius, which is this like power to the people 20-year-long period of time where Pluto is going to be dismantling, what we have known to be our constructed society. So to see the Tower card as the first card pulled here is very powerful to me. So yes, I do think that Luigi may be the catalyst to something that ends up being something much, much bigger. The Lovers card in the middle. So obviously the Lovers can be about partnerships or commitments or, love relationships or things like that. But it can also be about choice. And if you also notice that they sit underneath the angel, and another card that has similar imagery is the Judgment card. And it is just sort of this like a moment of reckoning or this, momentous sort of, I want to say like unification almost. And one of the things that I've been hearing is that this has been a lot of class solidarity. And so I do feel like this is bringing people together, or it's creating, bonds or bridging gaps between people that did not currently exist, which also kind of leads me to that Knight of Cups. Like, he is being really favored. And I do think that people can feel the love that was intended in his action. Now, whether or not that was the right thing to do is something that everyone is debating right now. And I personally am not an advocate of murder on any scale. I also do not believe in, the death penalty. So in no way am I condoning murder. But I do feel like there is a love that is understood throughout the public that might kind of reverberate or echo throughout future changes. So yeah, I do feel like this is going to be something much larger. I don't think that this is just a flash in the pan. I am curious, will there be any copycats? Will there be any copycats in the future? Are people being inspired to take similar action? King of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. Yes. Yes. The King of Swords is an authority figure. It's very logical. It's about the mind. It's about information. The Page of Pentacles is like planting a seed or sparking an idea. As is the Ace of Pentacles. It's like there's potential here. So yes, I think people are inspired. I think they're seeing him as a leader, as a thought leader, as a, as a martyr, as someone who's kind of leading the way to this cause. Will we see any more drastic statements in the near future? Let's say the next 3 months from the people. 3 of Swords, 10 of Swords, 7 of Swords. Wow. The 3 of Swords is heartbreak. The 10 of Swords is an ending, a death. The 7 of Swords is like trying to get away with something. Yes, yes, yes. I do believe we're going to see within the next 3 months some other sort of statement that is referencing this movement that Luigi has started. Very interesting. Wow. Power to the people. Looks like Pluto in Aquarius is coming in strong. As astrologers, we've all kind of been knowing that this was coming. I don't think any of us expected to see these immediate, like Pluto moved into Aquarius. When was it? Let me confirm. I want to say maybe it was the end of September, but I want to say it was September 19th. Yeah, so Pluto moved back into Aquarius on November 19th, not September. So let me make sure. I want to make sure I have my dates right. I know it went direct on November 19th, but did it actually enter Aquarius that day? I can't be giving you all the wrong info. Yes, November 19th, it moved back into Aquarius. So yeah, I mean, that's less than a month, right? Less than a month that we've been in this energy, and we're already seeing revolts from the people. So it's going to be very interesting. I want to pull one last set on this topic and just see, what are the corporate elites thinking? What are they feeling? What's their next move? 4 of Swords, 2 of Wands, Hanged Man. They are waiting. So the 4 of Swords is, again, reflection, rest, retreat, rejuvenation. The 2 of Wands is looking or planning ahead. The Hanged Man is this like moment of suspension. It's also looking at things from a different perspective. So I do feel like this has shaken them up, and they are just trying to see like, whoa, is this just going to be something that, again, is like a one-time thing and then we can business as normal? Do we need to start looking at how to do things differently? What kind of action is going to be taken from this? I think they're also waiting to kind of see if there's going to be how Luigi will be punished. Like, will he be convicted for this crime? Will there be harsh penalties or punishments that are put on him? Or is this something that like is going to turn out to be something bigger? Because I think depending on which way it goes, it informs what they can do. If the hammer comes down hard on Luigi, then there's no incentive for them to change their policies. So they're kind of waiting to see if that's going to be the case. If he gets away with it and this becomes a bigger movement, then they will have to change. So I think they're in this holding pattern right now of just waiting to see. But they are trying to kind of make plans and strategize how to move forward as they are in that waiting time. Okay. Sorry, I'm not super eloquent with my words today. So I do apologize, but it's more important that I just do it other than doing it perfectly. Okay, so next I want to really tap into Jay-Z. Is Jay-Z guilty of what he's being accused of? Let's start there. Is Jay-Z guilty of what he's being accused of? Is Jay-Z guilty of what he's being accused of? Please clarify. 10 of Wands, King of Pentacles, 3 of Cups. Ten of Wands is carrying a burden. King of Pentacles is like wealth, financial responsibility, structure, authority. The Three of Cups is like party, celebration, friends. I think he knows something, whether he was directly involved or not. The Three of Cups suggests that he was probably at that party, or wow. I even believe in the statement, it's that it was P. Diddy, Sean Combs, and an unidentified female person. So that would literally be 3 people. So I feel like he was there. He's carrying some sort of weight or guilt or pressure or something from that experience. And the King of Pentacles almost suggests like, you know, I thought I was kind of untouchable or maybe above this. So I'm not going to come out and directly say, yes, he's guilty, but I think he was present and he knows, and he probably did not think, you know, previous to Diddy getting involved in this, I don't think he thought that this would ever be something that he needed to be worried about because of his position and his power. But I'm sure once Diddy got indicted, he knew he was probably not too far behind. Or I don't know if indicted is the right word. When the case was brought to Diddy, I think he knew that he would not be too far behind. How is he handling the public scrutiny of everyone knowing about this case? Seven of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Cups. The first thing that I thought is like he's trying to manipulate. So the Seven of Swords is trying to get away with something, stealing something, maybe being deceptive in some way. The Wheel of Fortune is fate. The Ace of Cups is like emotional offerings or love. I think he thinks that he has, you know, all of this public favor. I think he thinks people love him. I think he thinks that the wheels of fate are on his side and he's going to try and get away with this in whatever way he can. I think that would be very arrogant to think, but that is what the cards are saying. I think he's annoyed. It just feels like he's annoyed that this is even being mentioned or being brought up with him, but I think he also believes that he will be able to escape without any issues. I now want to tap into Beyonce. How is she handling all of this? Did she know? Did Beyonce know? Or is this just as much of a blind side for her? Two of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. So the Two of Pentacles is juggling 2 different things, normally like responsibilities or financial things or, you know, more material things. The Seven of Pentacles is like hard work, but then also more like patience and endurance, resilience. And then the Nine of Cups is about like emotional fulfillment. I think Beyonce was working. I think Beyonce was working and just trying to keep her head down and do what she came here to do. With the Two of Pentacles, she may have had some sort of awareness about Jay-Z's character, but I think she was really kind of just focused on herself. The Nine of Cups can sometimes be like a very fulfilling card, or, you know, more about like personal fulfillment than being worried about like others. So I do kind of feel like paired with this that she was more focused on her work. So I don't know if she's as entangled in some of his more nefarious things. I think she may know. I think in the future, this is also probably let me back up. Once legal things start happening, this opens you up for all sorts of like interrogations or people being able to look into your like private things. And so when I see so many pentacles, I think finances are going to be a huge part of where this goes in the future. And so while I think she may not have been aware of some of the like sexual deviant things, though I mean to some extent she had to have been because she knew he was already cheating, but I'm all over the place today. I think she's more aware of the financial misconduct that may come out in the future versus some of the more sexual things. But overall, I feel like Beyonce is focused on her career. She's focused on her legacy. She's focused on what is fulfilling to her. Currently, she's by him, but will she end up divorcing him? Will we see Beyonce leaving Jay-Z within the next year? Let's say. Will she leave him in 2025? Seven of Cups, Queen of Cups, Hierophant. She's got options. So the Seven of Cups is multiple options. You see we've got, multiple different possibilities in these cups that they're looking at. It can also be some disillusionment as well. The Queen of Cups is emotionally nurturing, very emotionally connected. The Hierophant is about commitments, and it's also about sort of like legal matters to some extent. I think she's considering it. I think she's heartbroken. I think she is trying to figure out what is the best move. What is the thing that I should do? I think, so the Hierophant is also about like tradition and conformity. I think she's thinking about the larger scale picture of like, she's so pro-Black and wanting to set up this like image of Blackness and Black royalty and Black power that I think she is trying to reconcile with. How does this fit in with what we were trying to nurture there? Like, do I leave my man and abandon him? What does that say for that narrative? Do I, stick beside him? What does that say for that narrative? And I think either way, she probably feels like she loses. Yeah. I don't have a clear yes or no on if she leaves yet because I don't think she knows yet. I think she is still trying to decide. Will we hear anything new about this case within the next 3 months? Will there be any new shocking information within the next 3 months? Six of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Page of Swords. Yes, and I think it's going to be about money. So the Page of Swords is about curiosity, it's about intellect, it's about information, it's about like connecting and conversation and things like that as well. The Six of Pentacles is about reciprocity. And sort of like a give and take or an exchange. The Four of Pentacles is trying to hold on to your assets. I think they're trying to move money around. I'm thinking about the fact that like Beyonce has opened up a liquor company, a hair company, a scent. Like there's been so many products that she's launched in this very short amount of time that I feel like they're trying to move money around so they can hold on to it. And I think we're going to find out about more financial things within the next 3 months that might be kind of surprising. Whew. I'm blazing through these, guys. My energy is like all over the place today, but the readings are pretty clear. So let's go into Drake and Kendrick. The last time I talked about them, as I mentioned, I think before, we saw a lot of favor for Kendrick. I really suggested that Drake go take a holiday. He did not listen. He has been just doing the most, and it has not been working in his favor. So I would like to, again, I think I'll do a 3-card pull, but this time Kendrick will be 1, Drake will be 3rd, and the energy in between will be the 2nd card or the card in the middle. So let's just go ahead and see what is the dynamic between Kendrick and Drake right now. What are they focused on? What are they doing? Any updates on this beef that we should be aware of? Oh, I'll see what that is. Okay. Kendrick, Chariot, Drake, Six of Pentacles, and in between, Six of Wands. Interesting. And then the card that flew out here is the Six of Cups. We've got some sixes popping off here. What is going on with the sixes? I know the general meaning of the sixes, but I want to just kind of read from this little book that I have that kind of outlines sixes. Sixes represents harmony, purpose, and wholeness. So that's interesting. So for Kendrick, we've got the Chariot. And the Chariot is about movement. It's about action. It's about drive. The Chariot is affiliated with Mars in Cancer. Currently, Mars is retrograde in Leo, but it is going to re-enter Cancer pretty soon. I think it's January 1st. So this is really tapping into that, and I think that that transit's going to be huge for him, or really highlighted big time. He has a lot of behind him. He is making moves. He is the victor. He's got all of the attention. It makes sense that he would have that card. And then also he has the only major arcana card in this spread. So yeah, he's coming from a power position. He's continuing to make moves. For Drake, we have that Six of Pentacles, which again was that reciprocity card, that fairness, that balance card. I think from his perspective, he truly sees the financial end of what the record company is doing as unfair. And so he's really trying to seek some sort of justice there. But what's interesting is that we have the Six of Wands in between both of them. And the Six of Wands is about like celebration and ego, recognition, victory awards, good news, success. I think there's a lot of ego at play for both of these gentlemen right now. I think Kendrick recognizes the power that he has and is kind of riding on his celebratory horse. I think Drake is also operating from a place of like, this isn't going to work. I need to still be on top. I need to win. I need to be the victor in this, even if it's just like in the legal matter, not in the court of public opinion. So that is interesting. Then we've got the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups is about like nostalgia or memories or things like that. But it's also about children. And I feel that's the card that flew out. So I feel kids has been a big topic in this beef, right? So first it was, mentioning that Kendrick's son may not be his child. Then it was about Kendrick mentioning that Drake, has secret children. Then it was Kendrick putting his children in the music video. Like, kids has been an element of this beef that's been kind of like subversive to the overall narrative, but it's a big part of this story. And I feel like kids is going to be something that comes up again in the future. Will it be that Kendrick includes children in his Super Bowl performance? Will it be that, we actually find out if Drake has a hidden child or not? I don't know. The kids are popping off. I really lean more towards the children aspect of that card versus like the memory and nostalgia piece. Though maybe Kendrick also taps into maybe like some nostalgic West Coast hip hop elements in his performance, which I guess wouldn't be too surprising based on his rollout so far. Let's do that next. What can we expect from Kendrick's Super Bowl performance? Does any of the Jay-Z stuff interfere with that at all, I wonder? But let's focus more on what the performance will be about. What can we expect from Kendrick's performance? I believe that's going to be in February. Six of Swords, Devil, Wheel of Fortune. So the Six of Swords is moving to like peaceful situations, peaceful, calm waters. So I could see him taking this opportunity to kind of like squash the beef, or not to say squash the beef, because I think he's come out pretty clearly saying that he hates this man and he's always going to hate him. But I think maybe more like trying to reunite things or make it less about the conflict. The Devil card makes me think that he's really going to be coming for the industry. I really think that we might see some major statements about the industry, about what needs to be changed there. There might be some imagery that really kind of suggests like the chains that these artists are linked to as being a part of this industry. And then the Wheel of Fortune again is like, it's about fate and it's about unexpected things and good luck. So there might be some surprise appearances. I think also this might just be sort of this like full circle moment for Kendrick where he does I almost kind of see it like a time, like a chronological evolution of something. Like maybe he does the evolution of West Coast hip hop and really kind of shows that, or the evolution of the industry and how it started as one thing and became another. But the Six of Swords being the first one is really about trying to like move it forward. Can we move this to a better place? So I really would not be surprised if we see some elements of that in his performance. Will we get another drop before the Super Bowl performance? Will we get another surprise release from Kendrick before the performance? Because he's been nonstop dropping things. Page of Wands is what just fell out. I'll just pull two more. The Page of Wands is about inspiration. It's also a sense of adventure. Hanged Man is waiting, looking at things from a new perspective. The Ace of Pentacles is about a new financial beginning, investing in yourself. I don't necessarily think that we're going to have another drop. I think he is investing in his performance. I think he's waiting, and I think he knows that some other things are coming that he's kind of looking ahead towards. I know that in the Squabble Up video, there was something about the Compton Christmas Day parade. He may have an appearance for that, but I don't think we're getting any more new music personally. I could be wrong, but from these cards, I'm not seeing that. I think he's kind of investing in what he's already presented and just trying to kind of wait until that for his next big drop or his next big statement. Okay. Is there anything else? I guess let me tap into what's going on with anything we need to know. I don't even know what's going on with that man, other than he's been appointing all sorts of crazy people into different roles that everyone has been a little, everybody's got an opinion about. But other than that, I have not really heard too much. So what is going on with anything that we should be aware of? Or what does Spirit want us to know about and his cabinet or future plans? I think I'll just pull three on this and kind of wrap that up. Page of Swords, King of Wands, Queen of Cups. Okay, now I need to pull more because this is not super clear to me. Something with women. Okay, so the Page of Swords is like prying eyes, truth, enthusiasm, a curious person, collecting information, things like that. Then we have the King of Wands, which to me this is like, a fiery leader. Then we have the Queen of Cups, which is like the emotional feminine. Then we have the Four of Pentacles, which is like protecting or hoarding your resources, protecting yourself. The Empress is mothers. Or, the nurturing, the feminine. And then the Queen of Pentacles is also this kind of like maternal figure. Sometimes it represents like single mothers or more independent, financial working women. But it can also be about like independence, fertility, and like being a resourceful person. They're coming for the girls. They're coming for the women. I think they might really be trying to focus on, wow, so much feminine energy. I think, what do I say here? I definitely feel like there is a focus on women. This presidency, this cabinet seems to be very focused on the feminine. And I don't know if it's about winning them over. I don't know if it's about trying to create more restrictions. I think what they're trying to do with the Page of Swords, I feel like they're trying to collect information. I feel like they're doing like polls and data and research on women and what women are wanting, what women are expecting. I think the fertility concerns and the sexual reproductive concerns with women have been a huge part of this. And I think they're trying to lock that down in some way with that Four of Pentacles. I would not be surprised if we see some sort of, on one hand, I can see him appointing a strong feminine figure as though that's going to like placate people for things that he will be then doing afterwards. But I also just see that they're really trying to understand, control, and tap into the American woman and what's going on with her. I did not expect to see so much feminine energy as a part of this, so I'm a little confused, to be completely honest. Let me pull one more. Is this really just about women? Is this about feminine concerns? Are politics going to become more focused on regulating women? I sure hope not. Hope and aspiration, spirituality with the Star card. Your girl is guidance, faith. I'm something's going on with administration and their idealization for what women in the country should be doing. And that's it. That's all I can say because I really have no idea what else this could mean. I was not expecting these cards at all. So I'm just as confused as you. Maybe you guys have a better interpretation on this set of cards, but I'm just getting a lot of feminine energy with an impulsive male figure, curiosity, and protectiveness. So I'm really just kind of seeing this as them trying to understand women, trying to get them to maybe conform to a certain ideal that they can potentially have more control over, which is kind of scary to me. So I hope that I am wrong and that the cards don't know what they're talking about. That's it. This was a very random, all over the place video, so I apologize. I don't think this is my strongest bit of content, but I'm trying to be more consistent, and that means doing these even when I don't necessarily feel like doing them or that I'm doing my best. So let me know what you think about any of these readings. Curious about your thoughts about Drake, Kendrick, United States politics, Luigi Mangione, Jay-Z, Beyonce. Whatever you're thinking, share them with me in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys.